to Steve's question, when the president does leave for Japan and Australia next week, he's not slated to return until just before that June deadline that the Treasury Secretary has talked about. If we get to next week and there is no plan in place to raise the debt ceiling, will the president delay or cancel his trip?
So, Nancy, appreciate the question, understand the question. I'm not going to get ahead of today's meeting. Let's see how the meeting goes at 4 o'clock. Certainly, our goal here is to make sure that Congress does their constitutional duty and to prevent default. Just not going to get into hypotheticals. Let's see how the meeting goes. It's going to happen very shortly at 4, and let's see how it turns out, what comes out of that.
Who's going to be handling these discussions from the White House while the president is overseas?
Well, look, the president could be president anywhere. These are issues that certainly that he will be very aware of and very involved in getting updates from his team. As you know, the Office of, when it comes to legislative things and things that are dealt with Congress, that's the Office of Legislative Affairs. They play point on this. But the president, again, can be president wherever he is, domestically or out of the country.
Should the vice president be involved in today's meeting since she'll be here in the country while the president is away?
So the president has been closely consulting with the vice president on this. They have had several conversations on this issue. And so again, when it comes to issues that matter to the American people, they're very much partners.
What message does it send to the world that we're now 3 weeks away from a potential default and it is still completely unclear how this is going to be resolved?
So look, the United States is not a deadbeat nation. The president has made that very clear. We have never failed to pay our bills, and we should not do this now. Congress must do its job and prevent a default. Look, if there was a default, it would be a gift to China, to Russia, and to other competitors. That's what we're saying here. That's what House Republicans are saying. If they were to default, it would be a gift to them. Let me just give you a little bit about what the Director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines, said, who, as you all know, the head of the intelligence community. She testified last week to Congress, and she said the following: both Russia and China would look to use a default to demonstrate the chaos within the United States that we're not capable of functioning as a democracy. Default would create global uncertainty about the value of the U.S. dollar and the U.S. institutions and leadership, leading to volatility in currency and financial markets and commodity markets that are priced in dollars. China and Russia would look to take advantage of the opportunity if we were to default. That's what congressional Republicans are threatening. That's what they are potentially going to really put us into a tailspin if they don't actually do their jobs. Really simple, do their jobs and avoid default.